Okay, so the IRS owed Tyler Perry $9 million. Do you hear me? $9 million. Okay? Listen, Tyler talked about the time the IRS owed him. Imagine that. The IRS owed him. You know our stories, black people, especially in entertainment. Wesley Snipes. We ain't gonna say no names, Wesley. We're not gonna say no, but you know how Ryan Isley. We're not gonna talk about it, but you know, we be owing the IRS. We be owing them money. We do not be paying our taxes, and you know, a lot of the times we ain't trying to pay, but kind of like what Tyler talked about in this thing, man. Sometimes we just don't know. So he told this story about the IRS while being a headline guest for the 2022 Invest Fest. This was presented by Earn Your Leisure. Do y'all know Earn Your Leisure? Y'all should really watch that podcast. I watched the podcast a few times, and I think I seen it because of 19 Keys. And if y'all don't know who 19 Keys is, y'all gotta follow that brother. Y'all gotta follow 19 Keys. A real educated, well-spoken, like just giving valuable information to the community, young black brother, entrepreneur, 19 Keys. So I had already been like following him and watching his stuff, and I think from watching him, I wandered over to Earn Your Leisure. I'm trying to figure out, y'all, can y'all help me? Okay, does 19 Keys have anything to do with Earn Your Leisure? Because I saw the clip for Tyler Perry at the Invest Fest, and it was hosted by the two guys who founded Earn Your Leisure, right? Neither of those are 19 Keys. So I'm trying to figure out, what does he have to do with Earn Your Leisure? But nonetheless, guys, go check out the podcast. Go check out the channel. It's really, really good. So Troy Millens, who is a founder of Earn Your Leisure, he asked Tyler, he said, when did you realize you needed someone to educate you, on your taxes? This is a great festival, guys. Earn Your Leisure did Invest Fest, and it's this great, I think this is the second year they've done it. It's a cultural and financial festival, and it took place this year, August 5th through the 7th, or I think it was honestly through the 8th, because I think Tyler spoke on the 7th. I think they had another day, but either way, we all need to be attending this. This needs to be as big as the Million Man March, okay? Like, we all need to be up in there. Just from watching this, and I watched really the clip that I'm about to talk about. I got some quotes from the clip. This is what everybody's been talking about, and this is why I'm bringing it to y'all. But I watched most of the interview, and I'm finna watch like the rest of it, because I just love listening to Tyler Perry and what he's talking about. Because, bro, I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to do all that, and plus so much more. But he has such a great blueprint that he's just putting out for everybody, like just putting it out there by doing shit like this. And I really, really appreciate it. So he says when his play first took off, he made over $100,000. Do you hear me? Now that I had to stop, because you know me, I'm writing the plays, right? I'm writing scripts, I'm writing plays. Like, I've been doing this since I've seen Tyler. Like, everything, like, I did not know. I just didn't know. I want to be on TV, like watching sitcoms and stuff. Like, yeah, oh my God, I would love to be, on a sitcom. But then you see Tyler and he's writing his own sitcom. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll write a sitcom. So, like, he's like just breaking all these barriers, and I'm loving it. $100,000 for the plays? I did not know that. Okay. So this is when he was broke and homeless. And he said when the play took off, he made $100,000. Okay. But he went from being homeless to making that type of money. And then he said, and got to the end of the year, and I had no money. He said I had given it all away. $100,000. He had given it all away. So there he is, broke again, after just making $100,000 from doing his plays. He said, listen, because there's a certain amount of guilt that comes with us when we have success, if we don't carry everybody along with us at the same time. Boy, if that ain't the truth. I mean, I think I've been feeling that already, just doing what I'm doing with Push and and my YouTube channel and everything that I do with the creative and performing arts. Like I've had so many workshops with artists, because this is where I come from. This is what I did. I when I went to the creative arts schools and the performing arts schools, everything that I went through, I was just trying to give that to people, for free, because it really helped. Because once I got out of it, I was like, damn, like, I didn't realize how valuable all that shit was. Because the regular world, like, the rest of y'all just regular. You're just regular. But when I'm up in there with the creatives, the artists, it's a different world. It's a different vibe. It's a different environment, and I just love it all. I just love it all. So, this, listening to Tyler always wakes me up. But I had that guilt of trying to make it, but not helping the people who are around me from Camden, in the hood. Like, listen, because they're not giving us no opportunity out there. But you got me, I'm a talented motherfucker, okay? I'm in the acting world, the producing, directing, all that, that's me. But I know singers and dancers and artists, like visual artists, like, they're so good. They're so good. And some of them, like most of them, don't even be knowing it. Especially when you're in the hood. You don't even be knowing it. They be focused on the other shit. And then they just hum out of nowhere. And nigga, was that you? So, I be one, I'm like, we gotta help. We need help. We need somebody out here, helping us. Cause this is like, it's gold mines right there in the hood. But Tyler has a point, and I think a lot of it for me was like guilt, like, and not even guilt, because it wasn't like I had made it, but it was like, I know I'm on my way, and I'm like, I want to build that path and be there with like-minded people. Like, that's always been me, right? But sometimes you just gotta do it by yourself, right? So he says, the danger of doing that. Now he's talking about the danger of like what I was trying to do, of bringing everybody along. He said, when you try to pile a bunch of people in your boat, and all these people are putting holes in your boat when you're trying to get somewhere, they're all going to drown with you. Or he said they're all going to go down with you. Yeah, drown down, go down with you. Yeah, that's what I'm coming to the realization of, and I don't nobody want that, I don't want that. Well, that's not that's the total opposite of what I'm trying to do. But of course you have your ups and downs, especially coming up, right? So I'm on this boat, this new boat, and it ain't as strong yet. And then you have all these other people who, with all these other visions and all these other ideas of how the boat should row or where it should go, and wind up putting holes in the boat, and then in the end everybody goes down, versus if I'm just putting holes in the boat by myself, then I just go down by myself. I have a better chance of saving myself, because I'm prepared for this stuff, where everybody else has all their ideas and just things, everybody just not on the same page. You're just not on the same page. So you want to find people like that. You got to really, you got to really. But okay, so he goes on and says, I didn't go to college, but I paid for Harvard probably 100 times over in the mistakes I made. Okay, now I went to college, but I'm still making the mistakes. Okay, broke as fuck, making the mistakes. So it's taking me a little longer to dig myself out. Because, see, this $9 million, nobody even knew about. Like, the story Tyler talks about, nobody even knew he was going through this. Because he just popping out movies, just doing what he do. But, he got some money, so he was able to kind of figure this stuff out in 3 years. But, in a short amount of time versus my broke-ass 3 years. My broke-ass 3 years versus his 3 years is something different. Okay, that's something different. Y'all know exactly what the fuck. That's something different. That's something different. But we getting there. We getting there, right? We getting there. So this is what everybody's talking about. Okay, Tyler, he talks about the audit. He was audited by the IRS for 3 years. Okay, he goes, I was spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in accountants for the auditing. I was getting so mad and frustrated, like, why is this going on? What is it? And I'm realizing my frustrations that, wait a minute, there's something to learn here. Sit back and see where it goes. We get to the end of the audit, and the IRS owed me $9 million. They owed me $9 million. This is Tyler. This is what he said. And all of the accountants come running like, oh my God, isn't this great? This is what he said. He said, I say, hell no. Hell no. That's what he said. Hell no. How did you miss me paying $9 million? Like, y'all, like, come on. You hire all these accountants and they miss you paying $9 million. He said, so listen, I had to stop going to H&R Block for my taxes. Now he playing about H&R Block, but this is the reality of it, because I'm listening to it and he's not saying it, but if you listen, because he said he was working with black people. I don't think he definitively said that these accountants were black. But y'all, these accountants were black. This is us. This was our people. So, the accountants, because this is Tyler Perry. Tyler, he's hiring us. This is one of the biggest reasons I love Tyler Perry. He's hiring us. And I didn't even know, like, he would hire a black accounting firm and black accountants and stuff like that, which, listen, great, amazing. Okay. There are so many capable black accountants, and I'm not trying to put that narrative that there isn't, but what he's getting to is great. And listen, and it's real stuff, is real stuff. So okay, let me read this. He says, when talking about learning how to do his taxes, he said, I learned in progress. Okay. In business, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have to learn, but do learn. Don't let it keep happening to you over and over again. That's one thing about me. I'll let you make a mistake, but you can't make the same mistake over and over again. And that's how I run my business. When he said that, I was wondering, I said, the first question I want to ask Ella, Cassie Davis, Curtis, somebody who worked with Tyler all the time. The first thing I want to ask is, have y'all ever seen Tyler fire somebody? Like, I wonder how that goes. You never hear about Tyler Perry firing somebody. I wonder how that goes. Like, was he working with somebody and then they just kept making the same mistake and he just like, nah, you gotta go. Like, how quick does he replace them? Because he does his movies pretty quick. So it's just like, how does that go? That's me being messy, but he's okay. He says, here's a mistake. Let's fix it. Let's move forward. Listen, these accountants that he was working with, I believe were black. The question I have for everybody is, what are your thoughts on the IRS owing Tyler Perry $9 million? I think it's amazing, because like I said, and most of the times with us, our black entertainers, we be owing the IRS. So when he said that, I was really surprised. And I was just like, another reason why I really fuck with Tyler Perry. Like, it's not, the mediocre writing or the black stereotypical jokes, which are all great. I do love, but fuck what y'all talking about. But I love this more about Tyler Perry. This is really why I follow him and I fuck with him. The IRS owed this man. Like, that's because this nigga's just doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just doing the right things. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And even though he missed out on $9 million, well, I think he got it back because they owed him. But for all that time, he was paying them money that he didn't have to pay them because he did not know. But he was trying to do the right thing. And in him trying to do the right thing, he was blessed to get that $9 million back. Now, the way he's telling the story, because it was kind of confusing how this IRS man, this Mr. White man, came into the picture. He didn't really say. He was like, he passed by the studio. He wanted to talk to him. He wanted to go to his house. And Tyler just invited him to the house. Like, huh? But, for me, I know Tyler Perry would probably do something like that, because you know how we do. We be trusting white people. Oh, white man want to see my house. What do you want to see my? What are you checking me for? But come find out, I guess he was the IRS, so that's why he's checking him. He was doing his job. So he was being audited. Tyler says he told that man to go home. I don't know how this works, guys. I've never been audited. And he had the man's boss finish the audit because it was taking him 3 years, and he said he was getting frustrated. But he was patiently waiting, and he again did the right thing, what he was supposed to do, instead of just getting mad and firing everybody and let it go. And he wound up getting paid $9 million from the IRS, which is just like shit we don't hear about, especially in the black community. So I love this from Tyler Perry, man, because we got to learn how business works. And he is a man who's a billionaire in our community, and he's spreading the knowledge, right? So Tyler Perry, man. I mean, I've been saying it this whole time about him being a billionaire, but they invited him to this Invest Fest because he is a black billionaire. This is ran by black people, the guys from Earn Your Leisure. He's very open about giving knowledge, like I said, about his finances and all the accomplishments. Tyler has made accomplishments that rival people like Walt Disney. No one else, especially in this lifetime, can say that they've done that. And he in our community. This us. This he one of ours. So it's very possible. It's very, very possible. And that's, I think, like what Tyler is here for. He's like a walking big sign and symbol. Like, yeah, like, nigga, it's possible. Earn Your Leisure, guys. They're a network that gives behind-the-scenes financial views into the entertainment and sports industry. So, like I said, go follow them. Go watch their podcasts and stuff. Like, it's really been, helping me. Something that I just, came across because of all the shit that I'm into. But, yeah. And then they're doing this festival. And they had Tyler Perry as the headline. Oh, I'm trying to make my way to that next year. We'll see how that goes. Stay tuned. Right. So Tyler was there along with DJ Envy, Rick Ross, T.I. Like everybody was there. A whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of people was there. I think Steve Harvey headlined one night, and then Tyler headlined the next. And Steve Harvey has a lot to do with Earn Your Leisure. I think his company or something is partnered with them. He's the reason that Tyler was there. He had the guys invite Tyler. I think he set up a meeting for them to go to Tyler's studio, and they said they were in awe. I cannot wait to get to that studio because I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna be all up in there. I'm probably gonna work most of it, so I'm just like. I just cannot wait to get there, but I keep hearing how it's bigger than all of the studios in Hollywood put together. Like Fox and Sony, all these big Warner Brothers or whatever, all these big motion picture movie studios. If you combine them all, the Tyler Perry Studios is bigger. I think this is just an amazing thing that is not talked about enough. Y'all talk about the wigs and stuff that they wear. But y'all gotta understand the man that is in our midst, Mr. Tyler Perry. Yeah. Okay. So of course, guys, my last question is: if you were in Tyler Perry's situation and you found out that the IRS owed you $9 million, how would you handle that scandal? I would handle it just like Tyler Perry, man. Look, just like Tyler Perry. I'm handling it just like him. He had a team on it for 3 years. Fired this guy, put the boss on it. Listen, because we ain't getting it done quick enough. Put the boss on it and find out y'all owe me $9 million. Y'all auditing me. I need to be auditing y'all. You owe me $9 million, right? So the accounting team, y'all got to go. Talking about some ain't you happy? No. Hell no. Y'all got to go. Okay, so this is what Rashad Bilal, who's the other founder of the Earn Your Leisure, he asked him a follow-up question. And he said, how did the accountants miss it? This is what Tyler said. It wasn't that they missed it. They had me paying things that I could have got deductions for, but they didn't know. Deductions. Guys, like, this is business. This is business. Deductions on his taxes. Okay. But they didn't know. They didn't know. Like, you know, people be like paying big monies in charities and stuff, and they be getting it back a lot of times on their taxes at the end of the year. Like business people be doing it, okay? Like Trump. But real business people, because they know. Okay, he said when you reach a certain tax bracket, he said, see, this is what those rich folks don't tell you. You can take tax breaks on certain things that we had no idea about because we black folks, and we had never had that experience. So yeah, this is why I figured that the accountants he had was black. He included. He said, we just don't know. We just didn't know. We got a black accounting firm, black accountants. We got accountants, but they missed the $9 million because they didn't know we can get deductions. So it wasn't that they were just like stealing or they were making a mistake, but it was shit that they just did not know. Like getting deductions on other shit, because this is obvious. You can get deductions on this, but as the bigger he got, there was some shit that I guess they just didn't know you can get deductions on. Probably like his whole fucking studio. But I don't know how it works. We gonna figure it out. He says, and I remember now. This is the story right here. I don't know if people heard this one. He said, I remember having somebody work for me who I had brought in. He said, this is when he's talking about he's bringing in white people. Versus the black accountants he had. He said, I have brought in all these accounting firms, and these were all white people. Okay? And he said the person who worked for him was so angry that he had brought these white people to work. He says, I'm like, what are you doing? They have the knowledge. They have the thing that we don't understand. So if you don't like it, there's the door. Okay, that's how Tyler. That's how he'll fire you. There's the door. You know, old grandma. That's how he'll fire you. I wonder how many people he said that to. There's the door. I wonder what they do. Do they walk out? There's the door. The fuck. Okay. He says there's the door, and I wonder if this person walked out. Probably not. And he said this is the way we're going. This is Tyler, big boss man Tyler Perry. He says, but I'm telling you, talking to us, you've got to be open to working with everybody, because the amount of information that I've learned moving forward is something that has changed the trajectory of my whole company. Damn, y'all hear that? The knowledge he learned, guys, from these white folks, from firing the black people who missed $9 million. He fired them. You gotta go. There's the door. There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. And he brought in firms, okay, not just one, but firms, multiple firms of white people, armies of white people just walking through the hallways, just running through the hallways, and black people in the studios, Ella and Curtis and all, everybody looking like, what the hell just happened? You know, because he had hired all black people at one time. Okay. So we got all these white people, and they helped change the trajectory of his whole company. Okay, by the knowledge he learned by doing taxes. Learning about his taxes. He says, so don't just be about, I'm only going to work with black people. If somebody who is not black had the knowledge, get the knowledge and bring it back to the black people so we have it. Mr. Tyler Perry, y'all. Mr. Tyler Perry. Y'all know I love it. Y'all know I love Tyler Perry and everything he stands for, everything he's doing. Because this is exactly it. This is exactly it. Now, you know me. I'm trying to work with the black people. You see it all over my page. You see it everywhere. Black people, black people, black people. But same with Tyler Perry, right? But I'm not afraid to work with other people who have knowledge, who have the gifts, the talents, the things that we need. See, Tyler hired these white folks so he could learn about his taxes. I'm not losing $9 million again. This next 15, 20 years, I'm not finna lose $9 million. So I'm gonna hire y'all because, you know, my accounts, we just don't know. We just don't know. And that's fine because now we are learning. Now we're learning because somebody like Tyler Perry is going to learn and come back and tell us like he's doing now. He has no issue with telling us, guys. That's the thing I respect and I really appreciate about Tyler Perry. So I want to hear you all's thoughts about this. You know, I love it. If you couldn't tell, I love it, and I think that this is just an amazing story for our generation of upcoming artists to hear about how the IRS, old Tyler Perry, not Tyler owed them $9 million. Okay. But they owe Tyler Perry $9 million. That nigga said, where my money? Bitch, better have my money. You know, like, Tyler Perry is the IRS, okay? He on their ass. Okay, so I appreciated that story, guys. What do y'all think?